Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am live at work. I am live at work. Let's see if we can get some people up in here real quickly. Good morning, Raider Nation. Good morning. I know it's 6:39 in the morning. A lot of the West Coast people probably not going to be up on here on this live, but um, this be the best time for me to go live. What's going on, Brian Rodriguez? What's up? What's up? What's up? We're going to talk about it a little bit, man, because a lot of people talked about my reaction. A lot of people talked about how I felt about um, Brock Bowers. Um, Good morning, 808 Raiders. Good morning, good morning. But a lot of people had a lot to say under my comments of the reaction of Brock Bowers. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest here. I'm gonna be completely honest here. It wasn't a need. Don't get me wrong, I like the pick too, but was it people saying that he was the best player available? Me personally, I disagree with that. The best player available for me at 13 was Quinyon Mitchell, the cornerback out of Toledo. I think he was the best player available in my opinion. Me personally, I think there's a lot of players on that board that I could have went with at 13 for a need instead of going to get Brock Bowers. Now, like I said, I watched Brock Bowers. I watched Brock Bowers at Georgia. I watched college football. I know what the guy can do. But we just literally traded up to go get a tight end last year in Michael Mayer. People don't know much about Brock Bowers. He was the Gronk of college football. He was that. He was the Gronk of college football. And I'm not mad at the pick. I'm surprised at the pick because it's not a need. Like we have no depth at the right tackle position. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of Nate Hobbs being an outside corner when he's not. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to put players in position to win, you got to go out and start in the trenches. The question is, who's going to protect Aiden O'Connell on his right side, and how he's going to get the ball to Brock Bowers? Or how's Gardner Minshew's going to get his right side protected, trying to throw the ball to Brock Bowers if we don't have a legit right tackle? Like right tackle and left tackle is really the main important positions on the offensive line. So no, I'm not taking away from getting Brock Bowers. I just feel that I think at 13, I just don't see him being the best player available there of a need. Of a need. So with that being said, I just feel like people have to understand the logic of what a need is. Like I love Brock Bowers. I'm a big fan of Brock Bowers. Like you know what I'm saying? What's going on? Milka Beasley. What's going on, bro? Maybe they have faith in Ja'Cory and Bennett. I don't know. I don't know. To me, the three corners that was in the draft was better than Ja'Cory and Bennett. I like Ja'Cory and Bennett, but I feel like Nate Wiggins went going to the Baltimore Ravens. You got Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell going to the Philadelphia Eagles, going to good two defensive teams. If we wanna be considered a legit defense in the NFL, you gotta go get your defensive guys. You gotta go get your defensive guys. You just have to. But if you want to be a legit offensive line and protect your quarterback, you got to go get the best offensive lineman available. Me personally, I don't want Spencer Rattler. I don't want Spencer Rattler. He's too short. He's like almost not. I don't think he's too short. I'm just not a fan of Spencer Rattler. The Eagles always improve, but we need to improve too. We just can't keep banking off last year's defense. We just can't bank off the last half of the defense of last year. They improved. The Philadelphia Eagles improved so much because they get depth at each position. So that's just how I feel about it personally. That's just how I feel about it personally, in my opinion. I'm at work right now, so I don't even got on no Raiders gear. I'm at work right now. I'm in uniform, so I don't have no Raiders gear. I just threw on a hat and called it a day. But make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Let's get the algorithm going, get the conversation going. If we get Cooper DeJean, then I would be good with that because he's my best. He's out of my mock draft. I feel like he's the best quarterback available right now. I think he's the best. I think he's the best. He's number 4 on my list outside of Wiggins, Arnold, and Mitchell. Kool-Aid is my 5th. That's my so Kool-Aid, DeJean. It was Kool-Aid, DeJean, Wiggins. It was a few corners that was in there. He's the best player, bro. We still have some. He wasn't the best player available there. I don't know where y'all getting the best. Like, I love Brock Bowers, but I don't think he was the best player available at 13. It was so many great other players that the Raiders actually needed to go get. Am I mad at the pick? No. Am I surprised at the pick? Yes. I'm not mad at the pick. I think it's a solid pick, but at the same time, y'all saying that he's the best player available. I just disagree. And we can agree to disagree. I just think tight end was not a need. How can we go draft the tight end when we don't have a legit right tackle? I'm always one thing about me, I'm always about the trenches. Because the trenches is what makes these skilled players work. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. As a former coach and a former player, if you don't have an offensive line to block for you, how the quarterback's going to get the ball to his receivers and tight ends? Especially on the right side. Everybody know the right side of the football is the most legitimate spot that you need to get your offensive lineman to. But y'all want to the Raiders done it again. They go with the best player available, and the best player available was not a need. That's just my personal opinion. You like it, I love it. I'm not mad at it. People think I'm mad at this pick. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the pick. But what I feel like, when y'all say best player available, do you think that Brock Bowers at 13 was the best player available? Do you really think that? Out of all the needs that the Las Vegas Raiders need on the defense side of the ball and on the offensive line, do you think that Brock Bowers was the best player available to go get for us? What's going on, AK? What's going on, Foskey Raider? I don't think so. I don't think he was the best player available at 13. Could he been the best player available if some other corners or other offensive linemen could have went off the board? Yes. But in that moment, I just didn't think so. In that moment, I didn't think so. I'm not taking nothing away from Brock Bowers. I watched him play all 3 years at Georgia. But can you answer who was better at 13 that we could have or should have taken? I could name about 5 offensive linemen that could have. The top 3 corners could have went. I'm sorry, my hands is ashy. I'm sorry. It's cold this morning. But we could have got Nate Wiggins, Quinyon Mitchell. We could have, for me, the best player available there for a need, Quinyon Mitchell. And watch how Quinyon Mitchell is going to be a dog in Philadelphia. He was the best player at his position. He was the best player at his position. He was the number 1 corner coming out the draft. The number 1 corner. There were some dogs. Like even though Jared Verse from Florida State. Y'all, I don't know how y'all not watch Jared Verse all year. I don't know how y'all watch him. Me personally, the best player. I understand Brock Bowers. I understand Brock Bowers was the best tight end in this draft, but the tight ends draft last year was better than this year. Exactly. That's who I wanted. I wanted Mitchell at that point. Because watch, I'm telling you right now, the Raider Nation is going to be mad when Mitchell balls out in Philadelphia. I bet you that. You're going to be like, damn. Yeah, Verse is a beast, and Verse dropped to the number 18 pick to the Rams. He dropped to the number 18 pick to the Rams. So for me, I'm sitting here like, we wouldn't go got a tight end. We would have got we wouldn't have got what's his name? The offensive tackle from Ohio State. We wouldn't be able to get him because he got drafted. They moved up to go get him. The Jets moved up to go get him, if I'm not mistaken. But they did. But Fanga from Oregon State. That offensive lineman is a beast. That offensive lineman is a beast. Or I think his name is Fontu or something like that. I think it's Fanga or something like that. Last name from Oregon State. Good. Nate Wiggins, a dog out of Clemson, bro. I don't know. See, this is why I gotta watch college football, man. Fauga. Well, yeah. Whatever his last name is. Whatever his last name is. But I've watched a lot of college football this season. And I understand that offensive lineman is a deep draft for them. But do I feel like Brock Bowers was the best player available at 13? No. But he could have been the third best player available or the fourth best player available? Yes. But I don't think he was the top guy to go at 13. Not for the Raiders at that point. Because let me just be honest with you. I said this on Twitter as well. I said that when Michael Penix got drafted to the Atlanta Falcons, it screwed the whole draft. What I like is it gives another weapon to AOC for his development. I get that, but how can this AOC develop when you don't have a legitimate right tackle in this league? Ever since we got Alex Leatherwood in that draft as a right tackle, we have not had a real legitimate right tackle. I mean, Jermaine Illuminor was all right, but we have not had a stud at right tackle in a long time for this organization. He wasn't the best player on the board at 13. I mean, Raiders, you can say what you want, but I don't think he was the best player on the board. I don't think so. I love Brock Bowers. I think he was the top tight end coming out of this draft because all the good tight ends came out last year. So just because he was the top tight end, and he was the top tight end this year, that makes him the best player available? I disagree with that. Like, how many offensive weapons does these quarterbacks need? I just don't know. I know Luke Gesty likes tight ends. I know that much. But it just wasn't a need for us where it's so much talent at the offensive tackle position. It's so much talent at the cornerback position. I do not want to see fucking Nate Hobbs on CB2 or CB1. I'm not a Nate Hobbs fan to a point where he's playing on the outside. I'm not a fan of him playing on the outside. I'm not a fan of Nate Hobbs playing on the outside. We don't have a cornerback 2. We don't. We don't have a CB2. And Mumford is still in development. Like Mumford, he about to be in his 3rd year with us. We don't have no depth there at the right tackle position. We just don't. We let Illuminor walk to go to the Giants. We had not had a legitimate right tackle that came out of the draft in like 15 years. A legitimate one that could protect our quarterback on the right side. I'm not mad. Like I said, I'm not mad at the pick. I'm surprised at the pick. Now, out of those 3 quarterbacks, Raider Paul, I'm a Tennessee fan. I am a Tennessee Volunteer fan. I did not like Joe Milton this year at Tennessee. I love the University of Tennessee. I've been a Vols fan since Peyton Manning and Pat Summitt and the women's basketball teams and stuff like that. When Bruce Pearl was there at college basketball, I watched Tennessee Volunteer football. And Joe Milton, He has the arm strength, but he doesn't have the accuracy. He just throws it up and just let the wide receiver go get it. And he does not play in a pro-style offense at Tennessee. He just doesn't. Now, Jordan Travis is definitely a one that I would like to look at, but getting Jordan Travis would be a risk. But let's not forget that Jordan Travis was probably the number one quarterback outside of Caleb Williams. And probably like the number, honestly, he probably would have been the number 3 quarterback if he would have never got hurt. I don't want to get Spencer Rattler. I just don't. I don't want to get Spencer Rattler. I think if we go get Jordan Travis, it would be a risk because of the broken leg that he had. But before he had that broken leg, he was like a top 5 pick in this draft. The team was undefeated at Ohio State. Like, let's make it make sense. But this is what the Raiders do, though. This is why I'm not mad, because this is what the Raiders do. The Raiders sit here and I don't think this was a sketchy pick. I just don't think tight end was a need. I think everybody in this draft outside of the Atlanta Falcons and the Las Vegas Raiders was the only 2 teams that went to a position that wasn't a need. Everybody picked who they wanted to pick in this draft. Everybody traded up to go get who they wanted to get that fits their needs. The Raiders and the Falcons did the complete opposite. So let's go try to move up from tennis, but teams didn't want to trade down. I get it. This draft is full of offensive linemen and quarterback into the 5th round guys. Who are you going to start year 1? Right now, Quinyon Mitchell could have been a starter day 1 for us. He could have been a starter day 1. He's going to be, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I would not be surprised if he starts over James Bradbury in Philadelphia. I would not be surprised. He probably would start over, it'd probably be Darius Slay and Quinyon Mitchell there for the Philadelphia Eagles. Nate Wiggins, he could possibly be a starter in Baltimore because they style of play. McCarthy would be a bust. I don't know about that. I don't think J.J. McCarthy is going to be a bust. I think he's going to be a solid quarterback. I don't think he's going to be a great quarterback. That's me. I think he's not going to be he's going to be a solid quarterback, but is he going to get them over the hump? Nope. You know why? Because Minnesota got to upgrade their defense. And J.J. McCarthy is going to have to put up 27 to 30 points on the offensive side of the ball just to try to win football games. Because that's what happened with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was with the with the Vikings, and he never had a defense. Their defense was ranked 28th in the league last year. So, this is my little aftermath recap of the draft last night. I didn't stay on all night, but, and this is why, let me tell you why I wanted to get Quinyon Mitchell, right? I knew Kansas City was going to get a receiver in this draft. I just knew it. And they end up getting the fastest player in the draft, in Xavier Worthy. So now we go out and get a tight end where we know we got to play against Xavier Worthy twice a year when he runs a 4.22. And how much speed killed us in the last 3 to 4 years against the Kansas City Chiefs? And just to let y'all know, Quinyon Mitchell was the fastest corner in this draft at 4.3. Quinyon Mitchell is the real deal. And we should have got him at 13. Because now you see Xavier Worthy go to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now they just added speed to their offense. I don't know why you think Kirk Cousins is trash. The numbers don't lie for Kirk Cousins. The numbers don't lie for Kirk Cousins. I don't think you think he's gonna be better than Kirk Cousins. Let's see if JJ McCarthy could put up at least almost 5,000 yards a season. Then we see that. Getting Worthy, the Chiefs getting Isaiah Worthy tells me that they want to go get their next Tyreek Hill. Bo Nix wasn't a reach. I just didn't like him going to Denver. He wasn't a reach. I just didn't like him going to Denver. Michael Penix to the Falcons was a fucking reach. It was a goddamn reach. And they got Hollywood Brown. So it's just like we might have Jack Jones and Nate Hobbs, but I don't think Nate Hobbs is a outside corner. Agree to disagree, but I just don't think he's an outside corner. I just don't think so. He played his best ball when he's a slot corner. But hold up. But wait a minute. Let me stop there real quick. There's 13 people in here with only 4 likes. Hit the like button. What are we doing? Hit the like button. No, my opinion would not change. My opinion would not change because at the end of the day, we still need the difference between Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs and us. They built their offensive line through free agency in the draft. They built their offensive line for Patrick Mahomes through free agency in the draft. That's what makes Kelsey good. That's what makes Rice good. It all starts in the trenches. If you don't have any blocking on your offensive line, how is Aiden O'Connell or Gardner Minshew going to get the ball to Brock Bowers? Make it make sense. I never said I didn't like the pick because I do like the pick. But I wasn't expecting that pick. I just feel like the Falcons and the Raiders did not go for the need that they needed. I feel like the Falcons and the Raiders went with the so-called best player available. I hate that word. Now, my question is this. Well, he would have been the best player available with all those great tight ends that came out last year? Let's be for real. He came out with not a deep tight end class. So, of course, he's going to be the best player available because he's the best tight end in this draft, which Michael Mayer was a better tight end than him last year. I mean, the year before when he was at Notre Dame. The kid from Iowa, Sam Laporta, that's in Detroit right now, was better than Brock Bowers when he was in college. So we got to make it make sense. The point is we just didn't need a tight end right there. We just didn't need it. There's still some talented offensive linemen on the board, but I really wanted that kid from Oregon State. If he was there at 13. That's what I'm saying. Sam Laporta is a beast. Like, that's why Brock Bowers came out this year, because he wanted to be the face of the tight end class. No, he wouldn't have. I don't think he would have been the best tight end last year. But the thing about it is, to me, Sam Laporta is a dog. And Sam Laporta is the best tight end right now that came out of last year's draft. I like Brock Bowers. I watched him at Georgia for the first 3 years that he was there. I like Brock Bowers. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but I still feel like at the end of the day, it was not a need. It was not a need. The Falcons and the Raiders are the only 2 teams out of all 32 teams in the draft that actually went with something that wasn't a need. That's just me. The quarterback can't throw the football if he don't have protection. The defense can't give the offense the football if they can't get turnovers. KC gets better every year. Every year. They went, I got Xavier Worthy. We don't have no speed at corner that could run with Xavier Worthy right now. No speed at corner. Where Quinyon Mitchell sitting there at 13 and he was the fastest corner in the draft. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. He's only 21, which is crazy, but like, can we be honest here? How often did we use Michael Mayer last year at the tight end position? How often did we use our tight ends last season? How often? We had 4 tight ends on the roster last year, and we barely used any of them in the passing game. That's what my nervousness is about with these Raiders. With this Raiders, or that's what my nervousness is about with Luke Getsy at offensive coordinator. How much are we going to use Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer in this lineup? That's my only question. If I can see them splitting it and getting like, what, 50 receptions each, I'll be fine with that. I'll be fine with that. Because there's no way. I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of the situation. But wait, Raider Paul, you saying that he'll do that with that sorry ass division? He did do it in the NFC East as well for Kirk Cousins. It's just me personally. I just feel like, am I surprised at this pick? Yes. I just feel like the best player available thing. I hate that word. I hate the BPA. I hate the BPA of best player available, because the best player available might not be the best player on your team. The NFC is weak. It is. You think so? Can you tell me a team that we could beat over there right now? Can we beat a 49ers team over there right now with the roster that we have without the draft? Let's be realistic. They were blindsided by the Penix pick, and I would be if I'm Kirk Cousins. You just signed me to a 4-year deal to solidify the quarterback position, and you go out and get Penix. This is what makes me mad about the Atlanta Falcons on top of that. Y'all going to have to pay that man. The fact that he's a top 10 pick, you're going to have to pay that man to sit behind him. I don't mind that. See, this is the problem with Las Vegas Raiders fans. This is the problem with Las Vegas Raiders fans. Y'all don't see it from the outside looking in. But didn't the 49ers get to the Super Bowl? Didn't the 49ers get to a Super Bowl with a quarterback that was Mr. Irrelevant, was the last pick in the draft, Raider Paul? What are you talking about? You don't have no argument here. You have no argument here, bro. We couldn't beat a Minnesota Vikings team without a Dalvin Cook. And I don't even think Justin Jefferson played in that game. Get the fuck out of here with that, Raider Paul. You're weird. Get the fuck out of here with that. Like, stop that. Come on, didn't the 49ers lose? So what, they lost? They are consistent every year. They are consistent every year. Stop that. But he got championships though. He got LeBron James got more championships in this era than we do as an organization. So Rita Paul, what are you talking about? LeBron James, even though he's been to 8 finals, yes, he has a losing record in the finals. Cool. But he has more NBA championships in the last 10 years than we do in the last 20. Please. Please, Raider Paul, you're weird. You're weird for that. Your take is stupid. The man has championships recently. When the last time the Raiders even sniffed a Super Bowl in the last 20 or 25 years? Please. It doesn't matter the fact that he won championships in the last 25 years. What have the Raiders done in the last 25 years, bro? I'm just a realistic fan. This is the problem with Raiders fans. We try to make it seem like those 3 Super Bowls is so relevant now. Those 3 Super Bowls was not even around with a lot of people as Raiders fans right now. The Super Bowl in '83, I wasn't even born yet. You think we're playing in the best division? You think the AFC West is the best division? After this one round, do you think that the AFC West is the best division in football? Thank you, Brian Rodriguez. The last 25 years, the Raiders has been ass. So you trying to compare LeBron to, like, come on, like, what? You got to compare LeBron to the Raiders? When that man won championships in this generation? Where we haven't? I didn't see the Super Bowl in '83. I was born 3 years later. I didn't see the Super Bowl. I was born in '86, bro. I didn't see the Super Bowl in '83. I didn't. Yeah, Mahomes is back to back. The Chiefs. But does that make us the best division in football because the Chiefs win the Super Bowl? That's what I'm trying to get at here. That's where I'm trying to get at here. Make it make sense. Because Patrick Mahomes won back-to-back championship, that makes us the best division. I'm not judging this draft or this regime until we finish the draft at free agency. I'm not judging this regime until week 1. Until the season actually starts. I'm not judging this regime. I'm just shocked at the pick. I'm just shocked at the pick. Yes, understand the BPA, best player available crap. I'm not a fan of that. Who cares? The fact that the Raiders have not won nothing. They have not won nothing since '83. You're worried about every other team but your own team. The Chargers been to the playoffs. Broncos won the Super Bowl in 2015. Just because the Broncos won the Super Bowl in 2015, that does not make us the best division in football right now. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The Denver Broncos have not been good since 2015. We in 2024. What are you talking about, Raider Paul? Can't make this shit up, bro. What makes y'all the best? What makes us the best division in football right now? But if you look at the Chargers right now, they don't have Keenan Allen. Mike Williams is gone. Austin Eckler is gone offensively. Mack and Bosa probably would have got traded if they didn't reconstruct their contracts. We're talking about right now in today's age, Raider Paul. Right now in today's age. Right now in 2024 and 2023, do you think the AFC West is the best division in football? I don't care about what the Chiefs did. I don't care what the Chiefs done in the past. I don't care what the Broncos done in the past. Dude, anybody on here that's in this chat, do you think we got the best division in football right now? As of today, as of April 26, 2024, do we have the best division in football? It doesn't matter if they have back-to-back championships. Just because one team won back-to-back championships doesn't make us the best division in football. It just doesn't. Thank you, Anthony Price. I'm sorry. I just can't agree with that. There's so many other competitive divisions. People fail to forget that the NFC West is just as great. Is just as great as the AFC West. The NFC West is stacked. Damn near all four teams went to the playoffs last year, if I'm not mistaken. I think the only team that didn't go to the playoffs was the Rams. 49ers went. Seattle went. No, actually, no. The Rams, Seattle. No, actually, Arizona was the only team that did not go to the playoffs last year. They had 3 teams in the playoffs last year. Three teams. But we the best division in football, right? Whereas only one team going to the playoffs every year out of our division. The AFC East in the North is stacked. The AFC West stacked. 49ers, Seahawks, Rams. All 3 teams went to the playoffs last year. Only team that didn't go was the Cardinals. Stop it. Stop it, Raider Paul. You lose this argument. You lose this argument. I don't wake up with cheeseburgers on my mind. I don't. I don't think the AFC West is the best division right now. I just don't think so. It's not the best division right now. I don't think so. I love my Raiders, but I don't think we have the best division in football right now. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you saying you love my channel. I appreciate it. You lose this argument, bro. But Fierce Raider 88, how do you feel about getting Brock Bowers, man? How do y'all feel about it? I'm surprised at it, but I'm not mad at the pick, but I'm surprised at it because it was not a need. I was not expecting the Raiders to go tight end. I was not expecting the Raiders to go tight end at all. I was not. I was expecting us to go offensive line or corner. Those are 2 biggest needs right now, in my opinion. It's our 2 biggest needs. I'm at work right now, though, so I don't clock in until 7:30. But hey, he just is like he gotta be trolling me, bro. He gotta be trolling me. Gotta be trolling me. But make sure when we got 22 people in the chat, make sure y'all hitting that like button, y'all. Let's get the algorithm up to get the people in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. 23 people in the chat. 23 people in the chat. Hit that like button, y'all. We need that like button hit. We need that like button hit. It just goes crazy to me, Dad. It just goes crazy to me, bro. Like, it just go crazy to me how this draft is just like the way it's going. But this is what we do, though. This is what the Raiders do. It's my birthday in 3 more days. I am completely shocked and embarrassed. Surprised, but no quarterback was available. I think it's a good pick. I'm not Josh Sutton, Munford, Run Tech. Okay. Who do you want in the second round spotlight? Right now, the best corner available is Cooper DeJean. I would like to go with him in the second round and get our corner because I had Quinyon Mitchell as the number 1 corner in the draft. I had Nate Wiggins I had Teron Arnold as number 2 best corner in the draft. Then I had Nate Wiggins at number 3 in the draft. And then my 4th pick was Cooper DeJean. And then my 5th was Kool-Aid. So it was Kool-Aid, DeJean, Wiggins, Arnold, and Quinyon Mitchell. So if we could go get the 4th best available corner in Cooper DeJean, I'm fine with that in the second half. I'm fine with that. That's what I'm saying. We drafted a tight end last year. That's why he don't like the pick. Respectfully, Ferris Raider. I'm just going to ignore Raider Paul. That's all. I'm just going to ignore Raider Paul at this point. I don't think the boy watched college football. I don't think he watched college football. I just don't think we just really needed to go an offensive skill position at 13. That's just me. You don't watch every team. You don't watch college football like me. I scout college football. You just watch the game. I scout it. So I'm not going to pay attention to your trolls, bro. I'm just not. You're weird. I watch the games that I know that a lot of teams going to be a first round pick, but I watch a lot of more of my Tennessee than anything. College football is better than the NFL. Unfortunately, I think so. It's more entertaining than the NFL. That's how I feel about college basketball. College basketball is more entertaining than the NBA. Yeah, I'm ignoring Raider Paul. I'm ignoring him. But I won't be live for the rest of the draft because I got to go out of town today. I got some business I need to handle out of town. But every pick that's going to go on, I make sure that I'll upload a video saying who we picked. To me, Funga was just as much of a best player available as Bowers was in need of an offensive tackle or a tight end. Not a tight end. Thank you. Michael Jordan or LeBron James. That's not even a question. I'm taking Michael Jordan over LeBron James. I'm convinced Mahomes is going to win 3 more Super Bowls. I would not be surprised because they know how to draft. They know what they need. We don't know what we need. I'm Mexican, Big Red, and tacos. Gord. Oh my God, Jordan 6-0. Jordan is my favorite player of all time in basketball. He's my favorite player of all time in basketball. Good morning. Yeah, he's my favorite player of all time. Yeah, he is. Michael Jordan. That's my boy. But Yeah, the draft was a pretty interesting draft. Pretty interesting. I got 5 minutes until I'm able to clock in. I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about it. I still feel like at the end of the day, it was a surprise pick, and I think that we didn't need to go draft a tight end in the first round. But Brock Bowers is, I guess, the player that the Raiders did not want to pass up on. It's been rumors about the Raiders trying to move up to go get Penix, and nobody was trying to trade down. Me personally, I feel like the Raiders didn't put the best offer on the table for the Falcons or teams to trade down. That's just my personal opinion because when it comes to trades, we lowball like a motherfucker. We just do. Yo, what are y'all doing here, man? Stop spamming sound. Stop spamming that. What's going on, Almighty Finesse? What's going on? Yo, Flo, stop spamming that, bro. Malik Neighbors, yes, I love that pick for y'all for the Giants. I do. The Raiders effed up. I thought we was going to get defense if all QBs was gone or offensive alignment. Flo, stop, bro. Stop saying this Down syndrome stuff. Stop saying that, bro. Sat there and watched the Chiefs trade up for the next Tyreek Hill, and then we have a tight end with two backup quarterbacks and no Josh Jacobs. Oof. If that's what I look like. All right, so how about this? If you're admin in here, right? If you're admin in here, and you know what, Flo? If that's what I look like, how about this? Goodbye. Fierce Raider, I just said that. I'm trolling. LOL. Get the F out of here. Who's going to throw him the effing ball? Dumb behind pick. We should have went with defense at corner. I guess Gardner Minshew. That's what I'm thinking. I wish we would like the Steelers and draft good defensive players. Huh. Hey, good morning. It is what it is, though, y'all. We got to deal with it, and we got to move forward at the end of the day. I mean, I was kind of surprised at the pick, but hey, we got to deal with it, and we got to move on. That's it. We got to deal with it and move on. Like I said, I'm not mad at the pick. I know what Brock Bowers can do. I know what he can bring. I work at a school. John Doe, I work at a school. So what are you talking about? I don't clock in until 7:30. Listen, you can have speculations, you can have rumors about who you want in the draft. But I knew realistically that we wasn't going to get Jaden Daniels. I knew realistically we wasn't. It just wasn't, the kid, Commanders was not budging on moving out of that number 2 overall pick. Yeah, Michael Penix was the most realistic quarterback that I wanted at 13. If he was there. But he wasn't there. So what's going on, Gregor John? Gregor John, what's good? So that's why I say, Jaden Daniels was a guy that he wasn't going to fall to us. We would have to trade up to go get Jaden Daniels. And it just didn't happen that way. It wasn't. It just did not happen that way. I didn't care about not getting Jalen Carter last year. I didn't care because he declined the second half of the year when he played against good teams. Everybody was high on Jalen Carter last year. Go look at the tape when they lost the last 7 games, where he was getting dominated on the off. He was getting dominated from offensive lines. But Fierce Raider, we did try to trade up with the Falcons to go get it. I just don't think the Raiders offered enough to have the Falcons move out of that spot. I don't think the Raiders offered the Falcons anything. They didn't offer them. I don't think we offered them enough, in my opinion. I don't like playing bad to get the draft picks because we messed up anyway. He's going to be a beast next year. I don't know what that means. We could have had Carter and Wilkins. I don't know about that personally. Fair. Did I were. But listen, at the end of the day, I gotta go. I gotta go clock in for work. I do work at a middle school, so I do gotta go clock in from work. I gotta get off here, y'all. I gotta get off here. I might come back on for my lunch to talk more about it because I'm not gonna be able to be live for rounds 2 and 3 tonight. I would not be live for that, so I'll probably go live on my phone, just talking about it or make some videos and stuff like that. But make sure y'all have a good day. It's 7:30 a.m. on East Coast time. Deion Sanders even tweeted way before the draft that people need to stop hating on Penix because he's a top 10 pick. That is a fact. That is a fact. That is an absolute fact. But I do have to go, y'all. Make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It's the Nothing But Raider podcast. I'll be back with my Tuesday shows really, really soon. I'm just trying to figure out when and how I'm going to do that. Looking for brand new co-hosts as well. So if you want to be a part of that, you can do that as well. Just hit me up on Instagram at MBRPod1 or hit me up on Twitter at MBRPod1 and see if you want to become a co-host. You know what I'm saying? And I will see y'all later, man. Peace out.